A day after Ghana declared it will stop making debt payment to some external creditors, including owners of Eurobonds, the global rating agency S&P has cut Ghana's sovereign rating from CC to selective default.
Selective default and did not issue any outlook. S&P expects to lower ratings on Ghana's foreign currency issues to default if the government fails to make the next scheduled coupon payment on its commercial foreign currency debt. The government on December 19, 2022 announced a suspension of all debt services payment under certain category of external debt pending an orderly restructuring of the affected obligations. This suspension, it is said in a statement from the Finance Ministry, will not include the payment of all multilateral debt, new debt, whether multilateral or otherwise, contracted after December 19, 2022, or debt related to certain short-term trade facility. This decision by the government was expected to trigger downgrades by the rating agencies.
Now, joining us on Zoom is Courage Boti, an economist. Good afternoon. Welcome to Newsbeat. Good afternoon, Courage. Great. S&P has cut Ghana's sovereign rating from CC to selective default. What does this mean to our economy?
Well, we are practically in default. Default is a technical term, which means that you haven't honored your debt service obligation to investors, and there is a time frame for most part, I think it's between a 15-day to 30-day window when the obligation falls due. And to the extent that we haven't yet, there is not yet a maturity that we haven't paid, and that is why they put it as selective default, because the indication is that some debts could be serviced, and then some other ones will not be. I mean, we've suspended debt service for those ones. That is why it's in selective default. But really, what it means is that Ghana has indicated that they will be defaulting on some debts going forward. Already, if you look at S&P, Fitch, Moody's, all of them are rating Ghana in that default category, really. And the bonds are trading relatively to reflect some of those rating decisions, really. So nothing major is happening on that front. It's just a confirmation of what we know, what it means for the economy going forward. You would see these bond trading at these stress levels, pending negotiations with these creditors for debt restructuring. Already they've set up a credit committee waiting for government for further engagement to know the details of any debt treatment and how to go about it.
Sorry, at this point that the cedi is gaining some strength against the US dollar, is it likely to affect the confidence in our local currency by this rating?
Well, how it will affect the currency will be if investors have a window to sell off and exit the local market, then it could put pressure on the currency. At this point, foreigners holding of domestic bonds have reduced much low now. I think more than half of their total holding. And within this time where with this debt exchange program, there is no clarity on, in fact, there are no willing buyers or not enough willing buyers. I doubt even if you put your bond up for sale and you're even prepared to take the loss, you might get people to buy them in those quantities. So to the extent that they are able to sell, then there could be pressure on the cedi. But if they are not able to sell due to the conditions of the market currently, then you might see very minimal impact. But then what is setting is that you might not see new inflows coming in anytime soon.
All right, Courage, we are most grateful for your time.